This is the Padres Postcast, your instant game reaction for the San Diego Padres. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
What is up, Padres fans? Welcome to your Padres Postcast on the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. You just heard that, but it's so nice. You got to hear it twice. Plus, it sounds better when it's coming from me, your boy, Jimmy G. What's up? Jim Grease here with you, GRIES at Jim Grease _ on social media. Give me a follow. Might make you holla. I'm not really sure. You know what I'm saying? Might help you make $1 out of 15 cents too. Who knows? I don't even know. But what I do know is the Padres can't beat the Mariners. And this is a problem. The roommates from Arizona, the Peoria, man, oh man, the Peoria-plex. I love to call it Peoria. It's Peoria, but it sounds better when you say Peoria because it sounds like a medical condition like diarrhea, Peoria. You know, it sounds like diarrhea from the front. I don't know who would ever name a town that. But anyway, the Padres do spring training there every year. As you know, you should probably come over for a trip before it gets too hot to go to Arizona. But look, Peoria, where, you know, Jackson Merrill and Cronenworth and all these guys in Lockridge just did their rehab stuff, where Darvish is doing some things, right? Peoria. So their neighbors, roommates in Peoria, the Mariners have now won. And look, like I did some digging. There's some digging for you guys. You know what I'm saying? Because this is what we do here on the show. Shout out Padres Postcast and the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Thank you for making us your first watch or listen. Myself and Javier Reyes right here on this channel, wherever you found us. And that means YouTube, Locked On Padres Podcast. That means you're down with OTT. Yeah, you know me. It used to be OPP. Probably can still be a little OPP. But, you know, at 53, it's OTT. It's Roku. It's free there, too. And then Stitcher, Podbean, the big boys, Spotify, Apple, iHeart, you name it, we are there. Free with your Padres Postcast and Locked On Padres Podcast every day with Javi and me. So thank you for being the best part of this network. 220 plus shows, 9 million plus in a day we had during football season for engagement, and we are just building. This is the time we destroy and rebuild. The bridge is over. All right, so here we go. I don't know if the Padres are ever going to beat the Mariners again. I'm serious, man. Like, they should start pulling pranks on them in the spring. They're not hitting with runners in scoring position again. It always happens in baseball. Murphy's Law, always the law of average takes over too, right? In baseball, when you think, I know Murphy's Law is not the law of average. Major League Baseball is a son of a gun sometimes because, look, they emptied the gun. Maybe that's not a 2025 phrase we should use. They emptied the clip. What can I say? Anyway, they shot their – never mind. You know what I'm saying? They scored a ton of runs in Colorado in those first 2 games, and it feels like that they took a bunch of the runs that they could have scored in future games too early, and now they got to pay the price. Baseball players are that superstitious. I'm starting to believe them, right? Because the Mariners are 11-3 in their last 14 games against the Padres, right? Death, taxes, and the Mariners over the Padres. Is this what we're reduced to right now? Hell no. Please, Dicky down with the king. Save us tomorrow. More on that a little bit later. All right, this is your Padres Postcast on the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. I am Jim Grieshaber. I am Nicki Minaj. Call me Grease, and I am here to tell you that tonight's episode, hope you're ready for the next episode. Hey, watch me every day. Today's episode is brought to you by Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your first purchase with Game Time. What time is it? It is Game Time on the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Jim Grieshaber, call me Grease. A lot to get to. Short time to get to it. See the numbers climbing. Smash the subscribe. Hit the bell. You can ring my bell. I'll ring the bell. You know what I'm saying? When you want to be alerted when we come your way with more content. You know what I'm saying? This is how it goes. All right, Padres Postcast. Let's go.
This is what you'll be talking about.
He said 4 minutes later, actually, she said, how about the one good thing that happened for the Padres offense tonight? No, not Gavin Sheets pointing and laughing at somebody. And what is he, a WWE wrestler or an MMA fighter? Look at the wraps on this dude. Like, he looks like he's going in there to fight Chuck Liddell, man. What are you doing? What are you doing, Sheets? Hey, Sheets is watching. You know what I'm saying? Sheets is watching. Gavin Sheets with a bomb tonight. This dude's got the chop, man. Got some power. You know, we talked about Peoria. I know, talked about spring training. Nobody knew what this dude was going to do. Everybody's known for years. He's new to the Padres, but, this dude's got mad power, mad pop in that bat, mad potential. Well, it's all coming together this year for Gavin Sheets, and you know what? It started in Peoria, spring training, and he's just sort of kept it going throughout the season. And, with all the talk of the Padres going out and getting a big bat, they desperately need a left fielder. I mean, come on. And Arise really isn't a first baseman. You know what I'm saying? Cronenworth at second could throw him in on a deal and move Arise back there. You just don't know right now. And you've had other guys taking reps at first base. I'm trying to remember who was taking reps at first base the other day. Someone help me out in the chat if you remember. Someone on the team now was taking reps at first the other day. What up, DJ Nuno? Is it Nuno or Nuno? Whatever it is, welcome. Bienvenido. Key right here to Padres Postcast. So lots to talk about here on the show tonight, but I think the biggest story of this game is that the Padres pitchers can't get the scouting reports right, man. Ruben Niebla is one of the best pitching coaches in the business. You see him going out to the mound every time. I'm wondering where the brains are in baseball this day and age compared to the past. Now, I'm not some old head just sit up here like, don't do it the way he used to do it. No. What I mean is when you're Adrian Morejon and you're Ruben Niebla and you're Mike Schilt, all right, and you are Elias Diaz, that's the quadrangle right there. And you got this dude leading off. And I'm getting to a point here. And look, I mean, first things first, I would not have taken Pivetta out from Morejon there. I mean, what is the 7th inning kryptonite to a starting pitcher? I don't understand why you take Pivetta out there. He's dealing. He's got 7 strikeouts. He's only given up 2 hits. One of them's a home run. They're a beer league softball team. They draw walks and hit home runs. It's all they can do. And they have great starting pitching, but most of those guys are out. But the Mariners are going to be tough in postseason. I'll tell you that. If they make it. But if they get there, they're going to be they could be a good bet to be one of those teams that beats the big boys like the Yankees because they have that type of, with the lights out starters. If they got a great closer, which you saw tonight, 4-out saves, he can do that. But Cal Raleigh did it again tonight. And Tellez did it tonight, just like Crawford did it last night. And you know what I'm about to say, don't you? If you're a real baseball fan and you were watching the game, you know what I'm about to say. Call me Grease, GRIES, @Grease_ on social media. Pound that subscribe, hit the bell, because this right here is wisdom that you're not going to get anywhere else. Maybe somewhere else, but definitely here. Why in the hell is Adrian Morejon throwing one right down the middle of the gas lamp district to Cal Raleigh on pitch number 1 when the dude already has 4 first pitch home runs this season? 4. Crawford hit the first pitch for a homer. You're lollygagging and just throwing a meatball up there. It might as well be slow pitch softball, bro. Read the damn scouting report. And if you didn't read it, the catcher should be telling them. And if the catcher's not telling them, the pitching coach should be telling them. And if the pitching coach isn't telling them, the manager should be telling them. Checks, balances, someone's head now. Inexcusable, man. How many first pitch home runs are you going to give up to this team? They go up there hacking. Stop throwing the first pitch right down the middle with a batting practice fastball to these guys. There, my rant's over. You lose 2-1 on 2 homers. 2-1 on 2 homers. And Cal Raleigh's a first pitch, dead red fastball home run guy, and you still throw it right there. Right there. He swings in the same spot every time on the first pitch, and you just place it there for him. You just place it there for him. Man, with that BS. Come on, read the scouting report. Execute this thing. I mean, come on, you're big leaguers. This type of thing should not be happening. You're one of the best teams in baseball with one of the best pitching coaches, and up until this past week or so, the best bullpen in the majors. Inexcusable to groove the first pitch down Broadway to the best first pitch hitter and power hitter on that team. He already had 4 first pitch home runs. 4. Man, and how many times are you going to leave guys in scoring position? I mean, it was another night tonight. They just couldn't get anything going. I mean, bases loaded, Manny strikes out, you know what I mean? And Jackson Merrill back-to-back in the 5th. Bogart's on second, 1 out, third, 2 outs in the 6th. They don't get him home. They're not hitting sacrifice flies. They're not moving guys over. Again, I talked about all the different ways that I can't say it anymore. Pew, 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 or you know what I'm saying? Emptying the clip. What I'm saying. Get all your shots in. You scored too many runs in the first 2 games in Colorado is what I'm saying. And you had opportunities last night all over the board. And then tonight, not as good. You didn't hit the ball super well in either game. But, I just have to say this, man. Just really tough to watch pitchers not executing from the scouting report. And if it's not the first thing on the scouting report for Cal Raleigh against Morejon, then none of those guys should be in the big leagues. From the manager right on down, pitching coach, catcher, all of them. And obviously that's not the case. So what I'm guessing, and it didn't look like it, but I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt, and I'm just going to say Morejon missed with the pitch because he had to have. There's no way you would not know the scouting report in that situation. In a tie game, you just took Pivetta out. Too much on the line in this division with these teams all year long. Every game's a playoff game. And again, I repeat, and I'll say it every day, it does not matter when you lose the games or win them. It does not matter. Every win counts as one. They don't count twice in October, okay? They don't count twice in September. Oh, down the stretch, you got to play better because you want to win these. No, yeah, you want to be playing better down the stretch, but every game counts the same opening day to the end of the season. You don't get extra credit for wins in September. I mean, come on. That's the dumbest thing people ever say. And I don't normally go nuts on this show. I'm having a little fun today, I have to admit. It takes me back to my talk radio days. But you know what I'm saying? Just giving up these first pitch homers is just ridiculous, you know? And for Pivetta, it came in the 5th inning tonight. And it was on the first pitch. And it was Tellez. Just like after that against Morejon, it was Raleigh. So 2 first pitch home runs tonight. 1 first pitch home run last night against a team that sits dead red and hits first pitch fastball home runs. Why? It happens once, okay, it's a mistake. It happens twice, maybe, but 3 times, no. No, like my dad told me when I was divorced, and this could get me in real trouble. Like a single mom, 3 young kids, you know, 3 kids, 3 dads, none of them are around. He goes, you're going to be the 4th? Like 1's a coincidence, 2 maybe, but 3? Come on, same thing with this scouting report. Scouting report. Inexcusable. How many first pitch home runs you gonna let these guys hit? They go up there hacking, throw a slider in the dirt and get strike 1. I do everything around here. Jim Grieshaber, call me Grease, and I love Niebla, and I love Shilton. I love Morejon's been great this year in that, you know, that lefty roll out of the bullpen, but the lack of lefties in this bullpen, maybe. I mean, we'll see with Morejon. And, you know, coming into the game after that tonight, a really nice job in the, what was it, the 8th inning? When, let's see, no, it wasn't the 8th. Was it the 7th? Wait a minute, was it the 7th? And yeah, when Estrada came in and got Moore and Mastroboni back-to-back, man. And look, a big strikeout for Morejon when he got Solano, the former Padre. Not taking anything away from him, but read the scouting report, bro. First pitch home run, dead red. 3rd time it's happened this series. I'm sorry. As good and as great as Ruben Niebla is, somebody's got to say something. You're not probably hearing this on the team shows because they're paid by the team. The team tells them what to say. So you're going to hear it here on shows like this and networks like this, which is why we're here. Jim Grieshaber, call me Grease, GRIES. And that being said, the Padres are a great team, but this kind of loss against teams like this later on in the year will come back to haunt you, man. And it's just, it's inexcusable to have both runs scored tonight on first pitch home runs against dead red first pitch home run hitters. I know I was one. I'm nowhere near their level, but I was praying every time, please, because everyone just grooves that first pitch in. And then I had coaches saying, Grieshaber, if you don't take till you get a strike, you're not playing anymore. I'm sorry, coach. That's the best pitch I'm going to see in this at-bat. And I'm crushing that thing. And that's how the Mariners do it. And that's what they've done to the Padres so far. That and pitch their asses off. The Padres can't hit anything. Jim Grieshaber, call me Grease, GRIES, Padres Postcast, Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. We're free here on YouTube, free on Roku, download OTT. Yeah, you know me. And free on Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean, Apple, iHeart, myself, Javier Reyes, the Postcast, the podcast, all the above right here on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day, still to come, the stars of the game. Ugh. Gavin Sheets, Nick Pivetta. I don't know. What are you going to do? What are you going to say? I mean, Suarez blew a save last week. You got just so many weird things happening this past week with the Padres. We'll unpack some of those, give you the turning point, player of the game, and all the rest. Looking forward to the day baseball. Sunday day game at Petco. It's done by 4 o'clock, and you're in the gas lamp sucking them down. Life could not be better. Maybe you're on a boat cruising by Manny's crib saying, hey, why didn't you hit a grand slam last night? You struck out. That was Manny tonight. But hey, can't do it right all the time. But we will wrap it up in just a minute after we tell you about some incredible deals from great sponsors of ours who just love to hook you up. Padres Postcast, Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Come on, StreamYard. You know you love me. 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 But you're not acting like it. All right. Well, I guess I'll have to do it myself. Come on in. Let's see. 31, 32. And hey, there it is. What time is it? It's time for StreamYard to put that thing up a whole heck of a lot faster. That's what time it is. But aside from that, man, oh man, it is game time. That's right. Have you ever decided at the last minute We all have done this, right? To head to a ball game, friends, family in town, maybe it's game day. You suddenly realize, hey, I want to be at Petco tonight. That's exactly where Game Time comes in. It is the easiest way to grab last-minute tickets without the stress, without any of the hassle. I mean, the old head stuff we had to deal with, forget it. I don't even get into it. Just ask your dad or your grandfather or whoever you need to ask, or your mother, your grandmother, whatever, whoever it is, uncle, aunt, whatever, cousin. With the money you save on tickets, you can splurge on food, drinks, merch, or even invite a bigger group to come with you. Game Time makes that possible, right? It makes buying tickets fast and simple. Game Time does. Prices on the app actually drop the closer you get to first pitch, and they got incredible last-minute deals, clear seat views, and the lowest price guarantee that takes all your worries out of buying, right? It's the official ticketing partner of Locked On MLB. Game Time is making it easy to browse the app for an exciting upcoming MLB game. Say a specific game, maybe like tomorrow, Sunday day game at Petco. When you got to win at least a game against the Mariners, you can't get swept. They haven't been swept all year. Anyway, Game Time has last-minute tickets and zone deals for big savings. Seat views right in the app before you buy, so you know we're at exactly where you'll be. Just here like this, and you can do panoramic, like, yo, I don't want this one. I want this one. Right there. It's perfect. It's unbelievable. It's one of my favorite things I've ever had happen. I mean, Gen Xers, you think about the stuff we've had in our lifetime. Game Time's at the top of the list to take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use the code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply, they always do. But again, create an account and redeem code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. Create an account right now. Last-minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed with Game Time on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day. Oh, look at that. How quick that was, huh? I see how you're doing. I see what you're doing right now. I gotcha. But I do know this. The NBA playoffs are in full swing. Getting ridiculous out here. The LA teams are gone, of course. And if you hate them like you hate the Dodgers, the NBA playoffs in full swing. Every night delivers highlight-worthy performances. The NBA guys balling out. Major momentum shifts, can't miss moments, and more. Whether it's a game-winning shot, a breakout player, there's never been a better time to get in on the action. And FanDuel makes it easy to stay in the game before tip-off and live. With player props, performance trends, and same-game parlays, fans have more ways than ever to play right now. Play smart and win big with FanDuel. It's unbelievable when you think about it. Players showing up in the biggest moments, tracking their trends, helping you build your next bet, whether it's Fernando Tatis Jr., Manny Machado. Maybe he could have came through with the bases loaded tonight. I mean, look, it would have been his 13th career grand slam, and he wears number 13. I'm looking at these things throughout the games, and if you're on FanDuel, you should too. Anyway, what would it look like to combine live prop bets mid-game based on how the action unfolds? If you got a read on who's heating up, why not back it up with a same-game parlay? Maybe a $200 bonus in bets would add to the excitement if your first $5 bet hits. Yeah, it would, right? And if you're new to FanDuel, it's the perfect time to sign up now. Head to FanDuel.com, place your first $5 bet. If it wins, you're going to get $200 in bonus bets. Make every moment more with FanDuel, official sports betting partner of the NBA. Bam! You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, those playoffs are dope, man. Those playoffs, those NBA playoffs, you don't even know. All right, we're getting into the end of the show, and the numbers always grow toward the end of the show. It's like people are just finding us. The algorithm is our friend. We're here on YouTube. We're here on Roku. We're here on Spotify, Apple, iHeart, Stitcher, Podbean. Myself with the Postcast, Javi with the podcast day in, day out. Wherever you are right now, we are here, and we are free, right? That's your first thing you're going to do every day. Probably two of them, myself and then Javier Reyes. But then after that, you don't want to miss. And I know it's a lot of content, but it's a lot of great content. It's MLB Game Night from Locked On. That's right. Thank you for making us your first watcher listed every day. But how about this? For your second, maybe your third, every game, every night, all season long, it's Locked On MLB Game Night. Get local analysis on a national level. MLB Game Night on Locked On MLB on YouTube or wherever you listen to your podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day. Jim Grieshaber, call me Grease. 4-1. The Mariners beat the Padres. And wait a second. 1 second. Dun 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 dun. Boom 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 boom. Why is that not? What is going on here? My StreamYard is all out of whack tonight. Never mind. Nope, that's the wrong one. And I do apologize there. We'll just leave that there. I don't know why. All right. It says 2-1 on that because I make them as I go and I downloaded the wrong one. So I apologize for that. It's 4-1, the final, and the more single in the ninth inning off Alec Jacob made it 4-1, obviously. And that was the end of the game and all she wrote. I think I even said 2-1 in the beginning because I was looking at it, but it's just frustrating, right? A 2-1 game is where it happened anyway. And you got those extra 2 in the ninth, and then that was the insurance. But really crazy when you think about it, because so many times throughout this game tonight, as you're watching and you're looking inning by inning, I mean, look, the Mariners, they almost got to Pivetta in the first. And if you get to him in the first, it's a whole different ball game, right? You get the 2 outs and he allows the single, and then you get a walk. So it's first and second, 2 outs, he pitches out of the jam. Pods go 1, 2, 3, and they're after the first. And I'm looking, all right, bottom of the second, Padres almost got something going. That was the inning when Merrill led off with a single. If you remember that one, then Bogaerts singles right behind him, and it's like, all right, here we go. But no, Bogaerts, it literally reaches base. He singles to center, and then Sheets grounds out to first. Bogaerts to second, and Merrill to third. They couldn't get the out at first, or they only got the out at first, right? Remember that play? So then Cronenworth and Diaz both strike out, and that was a really good job right there by Hancock, who pitched pretty well for Seattle tonight. And when they get all their guys back, they're going to be really, really good. Just 2-out single from Arise in the third, Sheets with a 2-out homer in the fourth, right? And that gave the Padres a 1-0 lead. The Mariners came right back in the fifth. Tellez homers. And then in the bottom of the fifth inning, the Padres really looked like they were going to break through. You get a lineup, you get a single and a double. Hayward stops at third on Fernando's double. Hayward's a little long in the tooth these days, and it's second and third. Arise walks, you got bases loaded with 1 out. Bases loaded with 1 out, and that's the inning where Manny strikes out. They change pitchers, and then Jackson Merrill strikes out. It was a wicked pitch to him that got him. But, strikes out swinging on the slider. Pivetta gets him 1, 2, 3. He was balling, cruising, 7 strikeouts. You know what I mean, tonight. But then the bottom of the sixth, Bogaerts singles to left, works his way all the way. Second base with 1 out, third base with 2 outs. Can't get him in. Mariners in the seventh, first pitch fastball, another homer. You know what I'm saying? And then Brash comes in for the Mariners, and boom, 1, 2, 3, go the Padres. In the eighth inning, again, Bogaerts with a single, steals second, 2 outs, they can't get him in. Sheets again. So then, more singles. Rosarena scored, and again, that was on the first pitch off of Jacob. So they love that first pitch. How about you start mixing in some sliders? How about you start mixing in some sinkers, some sweepers? That first pitch, man, some changeups that the bottom drops out of. You can't just keep letting these guys hammer you dead red. That's what they've been doing all series, what they love to do. All right, we got a couple things to do and a short time to do them in. I'm sorry that the rundown thing is not up there. I accidentally uploaded the wrong one. Here, I'll put it up. The wrong score is on there, but you guys see that 2-1. It's 4-1. All right, but I do these as I go, get on as fast as I can right after the game. But M Zone Pods, they're 11-3 in the last 14, and that includes 7 out of 8, by the way. And a couple other things I took from by the way, shout out to the Padres telecast. They are phenomenal. The radio broadcast is great too. Shout out to all those guys and girls, the producers, everybody, because it's freaking phenomenal, right? And Manny and Merrill back-to-back Ks with the bases loaded in the fifth. That's your ball game, really, right there. They were literally like 0 for 16, I believe, tonight with runners in scoring position. Pivetta retired 13 in the last 14 guys he faced. He takes them out after 6 innings. Morejon comes in, gives up a homer on the first pitch of the seventh to Cal Raleigh. Dead red fastball. Third first pitch home run of the series for a team that hits first pitch home runs like a high school team. You know what I'm saying? Questionable moves. And then, Estrada comes in with back-to-back Ks relieving Morejon, and he did all right too after he gave up the homer. Morejon did. Look at that audience though. Come on, smash that subscribe button, hit the bell. You know what I mean? So we're coming your way with content. You get the alert, and then just keep on coming back. Say what's up in the comments. Keep watching and listening to Javi every day. Myself with the Postcast. Locked On MLB Game Night. All right, 2 things to do. Short time to do them in. Let's go.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
Yeah, probably when Pivetta came out of the game, which could be this right here. You know what I'm saying? Bang, there's Pivetta. That's a nice picture right there. Shout out Imagine, imagn.com. Shout out to them. Anyway, but Pivetta was really good tonight, and, it's definitely one of the stars of the game. But your turning point right here, when I just showed Pivetta, because the turning point's when they took him out, and Morejon gave up the home run right away to this dude. First pitch to Cal Raleigh. I think the turning point's when the Padres, for the 593rd time, don't read a scouting report and realize that these guys swing out of their butts on the first pitch, and how many home runs you're going to give up in a series on the first pitch when that's what they're doing. Make an adjustment. That's why I love the NBA. They make so many adjustments. And look, it could have been execution. I refuse to believe Niebla would not have had that in the scouting report. The guy had 4 first pitch homers before tonight. Now he has 5. Cal Raleigh. And I believe another one of them was yesterday or the day before, whatever day he hit one in this series on the first pitch. Anyway, I digress. One more thing to do. Let's go.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
I mean, you have to I have to, if you're me. You have to. Pivetta was so good tonight. And look, King had the 1-0 loss to the Rays. You can't keep losing games like this when your pitchers deal the way they did. Cease didn't deserve what he got the other night. I mean, these guys, if they're giving up more than a run in 6 or 7 innings, it's not good enough lately. You know, you emptied the clip in Colorado those first 2 games. And by the way, the Rockies beat the D-bags tonight. So there you go. But what I'm trying to say here is that you can't keep emptying the clip, and then you can't keep these pitchers rolling out there, and you can't score more than a run for them. And it's getting to be completely and patently absurd, to be honest with you. He leads off the top of the 7th, first pitch, 15 homers on the year, 5 of them now on the first pitch, and you don't know. You throw him one right down the middle. I mean, come on. Just ridiculous. And if he didn't execute it, it happens with a pitcher. Shout out to Morejon making a mistake. It happens, right? He's been great this year. But if it was not on the scouting report, then that's my issue, and they should be watching this right now, right? And then Raleigh and Donovan Solano draw one out walks in the 9th, and more singles to left for the 3-run lead. You know what I mean? And that was just all she wrote. And was that the 8th or the 9th inning? Getting confused now. Yeah, that was the 9th. ESPN's recap says the 8th. It's all over the place right here. But anyway, let's see if I missed anything here. No, Gavin Sheets is 6th homer. Emerson Hancock pitched well for the Mariners. Riley Tellez hit the one on the first pitch of the 5th. Another leadoff. I mean, just, you know what I mean? I mean, 2 of them tonight. Read the scouting reports or execute. One or the other. Whatever it is, it's one or the other. Because it's ridiculous. It's the majors. It should not be happening. Padres have lost 3 of 5 in a 6-game homestand after going 6-3 on the road, with 3 of those games being against the Rockies, obviously. But again, Manny and Merrill back-to-back with base loaded in the 5th. Can't get anything in. That's the kind of night it was for San Diego. They've won 3 of 4 against the Padres in each of the last 3 seasons. They hold the overall series lead 69-63. They started playing each other in the 90s, I believe 1997. Real quick with the box before we give you the actual player of the game, because it's hard. Pivetta's the Padres player of the game, right? He's got to be. Sheets, little honorable mention there. A little Gavin. There you go, brother. And then you got right here, I mean, could it be Raleigh? Could it be, anybody for the Mariners? But I'm not putting a Mariners guy up there. You guys have already seen. And I just want to say real quick before I go, Fernando had 1 hit tonight, had a double. Arise had a hit tonight, also had a walk. He was on base twice. But Manny and Merrill and Bogarts were 0 for 11 last night. Well, Manny and Merrill were 1 for 8 tonight. Xander Bogaerts 3 for 4. Got himself off the schneid, had himself a decent game. Nobody else really. Hayward had a hit. Sheets had the homer. Pivetta, 6 innings, 2 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts, 1 homer allowed. Really deserved better. 87 pitches. Why in the hell did he not start the 7th? Why in the hell did he not start the 7th? Why in the hell did Nick Pivetta not start the 7th? And why do we keep grooving? And it's the Padres pitchers. Why do you keep grooving first pitches to these dudes who hit home runs on them? And it's happened so many times in this series. Someone please break into their clubhouse and tell them to put my show on and stop doing it. Good God, I had enough of this. I mean, really. I mean, I don't really complain much, but so many times it's happened in this series. Like, for God's sake, read the scouting report or make a better one. You have advanced scouting. I believe it's in there. I believe they're too smart to not have it in there. So make the pitches. Execute. Bullpen's been concerning lately, hasn't it? Anyway, that is what it is. Make sure you check out Javier Reyes every day with Locked On Padres podcast. Make sure you keep coming back here for your Padres postcast. And you do it right here on the YouTube, on the Roku, wherever you're listening to our podcast right now. And then don't forget Locked On MLB Game Night for your 2nd or 3rd one of the day, every day, league-wide. Man, it is just awesome as the boys of summer get ready to heat it up. NBA playoffs still going on as well. Just check out as many shows as you can on the network. You will not be sorry. But for me, I bid you adieu. Jim Grieshaber, call me Gries, Gries, at Jim Gries _ on social media. Thanking you profusely for being here wherever you found us. Be the best part of the network, every dayers all the way down to the newbies. You know how we do things with the Locked On Podcast Network, and it always is your team every day. Until tomorrow, 1:10 p.m. first pitch. Oh, don't get swept by the Mariners. And it's going to be a good pitching matchup tomorrow too, man. Take the under with the King, Michael King, and he's got a tough one tomorrow. They're both 4-1, and their ERAs are both in the twos. Michael King at 2.32 and Bryan Woo at 2.84. So don't expect the Padres offense to be much better tomorrow. Keep your game tight and your mind right, San Diego. We will see you tomorrow after Padres Postcast, or after the Padres and the Mariners with your Padres Postcast on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every single day. Good night, San Diego.